Awesome.
Hey, folks, thanks for tuning into the BAMF podcast. Also, the old school writers, the sci-fi writers play old school D&D Twitch channel. Today, we are playing the conclusion of our thrilling Honey Heist adventure from last time. And indulge me for 1 second while I play our intro music.
Oh, there it goes again.
Hello, Echo.
Yeah, major echo going on.
Yeah, major percussionist again, Echo. Mike.
It seems to have cleared.
Okay, that was weird. Someone opened the door for a second. Anyway, who wants to give the recap of last week's thrilling adventure?
Sure, since I kind of phoned in last week, I'll make it up right now. So we were told by our inside man that there is a honey on display that is the best honey in the world that we should go and jack in this nice big resort.
Alice,
Yes?
What was the inside man's name?
I have it written down.
It was Vinny. Vinny.
Yep. But yes, our inside man, Vinny. Now that my thing's up, and he told us to go get the honey, and he would meet us and get the honey out and get us money. So we started doing different flashbacks of how we were planning. Our honey badger decided to get himself locked up because, well, honey badger don't give up bleep. And Jason and I decided to go and try and save him. We got him out. We have another brains of our other brains saves his energy for the important stuff because all he does all day long is sleep. So while we were doing the hard work, he said that he was going to go make a backup plan. And Aid went over to the lake and went and fell asleep under the bridge, only to find out that the bad guys were going to come, that more bad guys were coming in from the bridge. And he's like, darn it. So he made an army of the swans to work at his bidding for when we found out that the leader of the resort, one of the bosses at the resort, ended up with his own crew here to jack the honey as a hazmat team. So now we're trying to beat the hazmat team to the honey. And I believe Aid is running to us with a flock of swans behind him.
Also, 2 polar bears. And
yes.
The name of the guy who was running the resort was Taddington.
Yes, Taddington instead of Paddington Bear.
And
you should have got that he was going to be a bad guy when you heard that, right?
What was the name of the resort? Anybody remember?
Broadmoor.
Okay, it's on the map in front of you. So
it's the Broadmoor Resort.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything Alice left out you want to put in? Bear, Stanley, Jason, Aid, anybody?
I just want to say thanks to Bear for subscribing for 10 months on Twitch, and thanks to Indian for subscribing 16 months. Oh my goodness! I hope we got some games lined up.
So 16 months, he should get like a beer cozy or a hat or something, right?
I will get you his address, and you can send those right out to him, Mike.
This room behind me is a sweatshop where I have several underprivileged orphans working around the clock to make those things. So.
Or some harnessed corgis.
Harnessed corgis. They're easier to train than the orphans, but more stubborn. Okay, we're playing Honey Heist. Just a quick refresher on the rules because it's a different kind of game. It's super rules light. You have 2 stats, criminal and bear. And I hope you guys tracked what your stats were at the end of the last session. If you didn't,
I'm 4-2, 4 criminal, okay. 2 bear.
If you want to succeed at something, you have to roll under your relevant stat. So if you want to succeed at scaring someone like a bear would, roll under 4 in Alice's case, if 4 was her bear score. If you want to succeed at doing something criminal, if Alice's criminal score is 2, then she wants to pick a lock, she's got to roll 2 or under.
Except you reversed my scores. I'm 4 criminal, 2 bear right now.
That's because I'm dyslexic. Sorry. And every time you succeed at one thing, like if you succeed at a criminal thing, you move a point over to criminal. Vice versa for bear. If you ever reach 6 in the bear score, you flip out bear style and lose it. You wander into the woods, presumably be picked up by animal control in half an hour. If your criminal score ever reaches 6, you are lured into a life of crime and betray the party. And that is the game. That is the recap of last time. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, comments before we dive into it?
Now, a couple of times you have mentioned that there's a penalty for using bear puns. What are those penalties?
I decided not to do that because I couldn't find the optional rule someone wrote for bear puns. Also, it probably would have killed everybody in the party if I was using them.
Oh yeah,
that would be very unfair.
at least
Wow.
we live
You're
to pun
very
for another
funny.
day.
Yeah.
You're very funny.
All right, everybody needs to introduce their characters because I have a horrible memory because I am 49 years old. So, starting with Alice, please introduce 40. Vitamins,
everyone.
prayer, and clean living. That's what I'm so beautiful.
Hello, everyone. I am playing Croaker, the black bear with the top hat, and I'm theoretically the brains, but last week my brains were completely out the door, so we'll see what happens this week.
Alrighty, Jason, you are playing.
Yeah, Devo, who's a slick panda muscle with a bowler hat.
All right, Mr. Aid, who are you playing, sir?
I am playing Speedy, the rookie black bear with a cowboy hat, and I'm apparently the brains, although I've decided my name Speedy is now ironic that I'm not actually very fast at all, and I prefer to sleep most of the day.
So how do you poke a sleeping bear then?
With a really long stick.
That seems logical to me. Uchigao,
I'm Hochigao. I'm a sun bear. I'm from Burma. I don't say Myanmar because I like the English. Myanmar is a silly name. I have a top hat, which shows even more that I like the English. And Hochigao is my hacker name, named after Ho Chi Minh, who kicked the French in the nuts. And I don't like the French because I like the English. And I'm the hacker, yeah.
all right, and you are the hacker. All right, and Alice has a big stick.
To poke the bear.
In case we need to poke a bear.
All right. And let's see. After Ochigao, we have Stanley the Honey Badger. Stanley, tell us about your character.
Yes, I am Stanley the Honey Badger. I am a unhinged, fez-wearing honey badger who is the muscle in this crew, or one of the muscle-bound creatures. I have an addiction to nicotine. I seek out cigarette butts. I really don't care about the honey, but I want to maul. I'm here to maul people mostly, even though I got my butt kicked by somebody in hotel management. But we don't talk about that.
Well, there's still time for revenge. We got almost 45 minutes left in the hour, so perhaps your honor will be restored. And last but not least, we have Walt playing a polar bear called Slim. Is that right?
That's all you need to know, other than the fact that if it's got wheels, I'm going to drive it until they fall off.
Okay. And so far, you've been exercising that skill with a Mini Cooper that you stole.
Don't judge. Don't judge.
Polar bear named Slim, and he is the driver. Okay, and we were heading towards a big climactic scene. I don't know if the map will be that useful, but I don't know where things are going to go, so let me break it out. All right. You guys are, let's zoom in. You guys are here in the Broadmoor Hall, where the black orchid honey, which magically transforms anyone who consumes it into a goth, and there's a buyer out in Portland who wants to spend a pretty penny on that, is there. It is behind bulletproof glass. Everyone has been evacuated from the building except for your team and the rival team, who are close behind you. Over here at the intersection of Lake Avenue and First Street, there was a hazardous material accident when a tanker truck filled with bovine excrement flipped over
And caught
Sneaking
fire.
into the streets. And the hazmat team from the company called Be Sure showed up in their yellow and black striped costumes. And these were large earth sign individuals, you might say. And they look like they're running towards the hall where you guys currently are. Sonny is entering the hall. Behind him are two polar bears who you're not familiar with, so you have to assume they're rivals. And Sonny, you have a legion of black swans at your beck and command. And
Yes.
any of you who were here for the character generation session,
Speedy, not Sunny.
huh? Speedy.
Otherwise, I think I just had a
Really?
brain.
Okay, you weren't a sun bear, right?
I'm a brown bear. Oh, black bear, sorry.
Alright.
Right.
You're the sun bear. That's
He
right.
sounded so hurt.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I just suddenly thought that my brain had some aneurysms and I was mishearing stuff.
Bad GM, no pizza. Okay.
Yep, there you go.
I think the problem is we're not bribing the GM with enough pizza and food yet. We need to be sending you more.
Well, get on it. All right, so here we are. And any of you who are here for the character generation session 2 weeks ago, you have spells you can use. Don't forget about those because they might come in handy because you guys have about a second with just you and a few members of hotel security before the rival gang shows up. So what do you want to do?
We're going to start booking it into the hall to get the honey before the other guys do, since we're already here. Let's go.
Okay, you're in the hall, and the black orchid honey is there. It's surrounded by bulletproof glass, and an alarm to set up. Their hall is mainly empty except for a few guys wearing very nice sports coats with little microphones in their ears, and they look concerned that you all are there. They're asking you to leave and go to the evacuation point until the hazardous material situation is remedied.
I'm going to maul one of them.
Is the black orchid honey the only honey? Or is there more lesser honeys around?
There are about 200 little stalls from various honey mongers and apiarists in the Rocky Mountain area. So there's all kinds of honey readily available.
So I'm going to go and wander off and grab some honey to rebalance my bear criminal stat down by 1.
Okay,
whilst
go for it.
The other person mauls the guards.
Okay.
I don't suppose I can try and stop him from mauling the guards because the guards.
Honey badger.
All right. Well,
we're here as extra security because the honey is about to get heisted.
I understand you're the voice of reason, but
I know, but we're gonna watch.
I'm not. I don't have brains. I have muscle.
I want to.
No, I'm totally good with that, Stanley. I just had to, for the sake of sanity, ask.
All right.
So fun.
Go ahead and roll. You want to roll under your bear score to successfully maul the guard.
I rolled 2d6 because it's a bear, right? A bear ability.
Because it's a muscle ability, so it's
okay.
You get to roll.
I got a 1.
You mauled the heck out of him.
Oh!
Your honor is restored, sir, and he is limping away, calling for backup. All right, everyone else gets one. Anyway. Everyone else gets one more action before your rival crew shows up and starts shooting at you. So, declare actions. Who wants to do what? Hochiga, what do you want to do?
I'm going to shut down the security doors that lead directly into them.
All right, so you're locking the doors to the hall to keep the rival squad out?
Yep.
All right, that works. You can whip out your laptop. Give me a roll. This is criminal, so roll at or below your criminal score.
Oh. Well, that doesn't work. That's
you get to roll. You get to roll 2 dice because it is your.
Yep, I have a 4 and a 5. I'm really good. I just bashing the laptop. Work, you stupid thing.
Where do we find this hacker on wish.com?
Yep.
So
no. It's we-need-henchmen.com.
So what was your criminal score, Hochi?
My criminal score was a 2.
Oh shit. Okay. Yep. All right, so those doors flip right open, magnetically seal open, and all right,
excellent.
moving on down. Jason, sorry, Alice, did you want to do something?
No problem. I can do. Well, I was just gonna go grab something to switch onto the honey. Grab the honey, toss it to Jason.
The honey is behind bulletproof glass.
Okay, well. Break open the honey. Well, break open the glass or pull open the glass. Unlock.
Are you breaking it open like a criminal or like a bear?
Yes, like a criminal.
Okay, then
I am going to go and pick the lock. I make it. I have a 6 and a 3, and my criminal score is a 4.
Okay. Okay, so we're saying it was a brain activity, so you could roll with advantage. I'll go with that. It's more fun. All right, so you managed to pick the lock on the bulletproof case. You can get it out next turn. Debo, Slick Panda Muscle with a bow tie. What do you want to do? Bowler hat. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm going to guard against the polar bear. Polar bears.
There are 2.
So there's 2 of them, right?
There's 2 of them. Are you defending like a bear or like a criminal?
I'm gonna defend like a criminal, and I'm gonna use a shiv, my prison shank that I got, and I'm gonna be slick about it. So,
all right, your muscle, you get to roll with it with the advantage on this.
And the descriptor slick, does that count too?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. How does that use?
Just for fun.
Okay.
Just for role playing.
All right. So I got a 1 and a 3, and my criminal's 2.
All right. You managed to shiv these 2 polar bears.
All right.
The World Wildlife Fund is upset with you, but you've slowed down their pursuit, and I suspect the geese are very thankful because they've been fighting those bears for at least 15 minutes now. So, Speedy, what are you up to, sir?
I will lean myself up against the wall, taking fingerfuls of jam or pawfuls of jam into my mouth as I kind of go, that's great, that is, as I point at everybody else doing their much more active things around the house than I am.
Okay. And that leads us. Everyone's taking an action except for the driver, Slim, who's also a polar bear. You just saw 2 of your brothers get shanked by Debo.
Okay, so I'm going to lean out of the window so that I can look behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Are
you still? Are you in the hall with everybody else?
No, I'm in the car.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
And I'm going to cast my magic spell.
What is your
that allows me to summon a ramp.
Oh no!
And I am going to floor the Mini Cooper going backwards at as fast as its engine will carry me. That amazing British engineering, and then I will slam the brakes so that I am within inches of the bulletproof glass. What do I need to roll to do this?
You're a driver. You get to roll with advantage, so you can roll 2d6. And since you're using criminal skills, just roll at or under your criminal score on a d6.
I got a 5 and a 3, and my criminal is a 3.
You just barely make it.
So either the ramp magically appears, or somehow I'm able to one-wheel it up the wheelchair accessible ramp into the building very fast and slamming the brakes inches from the bulletproof glass. Snarl, growl, hiss.
Snow, cheese it. All right, you got it. You're ready to get out of there next turn, which is good because at that moment they were going to kick open the doors, but Pochi Guy was nice enough to open all the doors for them. A squad of grizzly bears come in. Let's say there are, what's a good number of grizzlies? How many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 4 grizzlies, so there were 6 bears total in your rival squad. 4 grizzlies and the 2 bleeding polar bears over on the side by Speedy.
Yeah.
The bow shanked. And they look at you getting ready to steal their target, and they howl in Ursine fury. So what do you guys do?
Honk the horn back at them.
I will blow it up. I will blow up the hallway between us and them.
How will you do that, Debo?
I previously set up dynamite in various structural places to create a collapse that protects us and spaces them from us.
All right, since you're doing a flashback, that means you got to move 1 point from bear to criminal. What's your criminal score right now, Debo?
2.
Really?
Uh-oh.
That low? Okay, it's now 3.
Yeah, I've been bearing up a lot. So.
Okay.
Haven't we all?
Yep.
All right, so you're going to detonate your explosives to confuse and take out your rival squad. All right, that's a criminal score. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, I got it.
And every time we succeed, we shift from 1 to 1, and if we fail, we have to shift from the other to 1, right?
I believe that's how it works. Yeah. So you're always kind of in a flux between criminal and bear. So you want to keep a lot of honey around so you can keep bearing up if you get too criminal.
Thank goodness we're at a honey convention.
I got a 6.
All right, cool. I'm going to say, why don't you describe to us all what exactly happens there, Jason?
Okay, so the rival gang enters. I see them coming. I fish around in my security guard pocket for the detonator. I click it. It it kind of pauses for a second, like, oh no, this is not going to happen. And then one after another, beams begin to explode support beams and the ceiling and the walls cave in, separating the rival clan from us.
Okay. Does the building remain standing? Are we all buried by rubble now?
No.
Did you say, are we all buried?
Buried. we are very not buried.
It'd be very unfortunate if we were buried.
They're gonna have
Even I hate myself for that one.
All right. So that was Debo's round. He has dropped a whole bunch of rubble between you and the opposing bears. Who wants to go next?
I'm willing to go next.
Do it.
No one's gonna miss it if I take just a little taste of this honey, right? So as I'm gonna go in to grab the honey before I switch it out, I dip my nose into it to take a taste to switch one from criminal to bear.
You're tasting the black orchid honey that magically transforms everyone who tastes it into a goth. I want to be clear. That's what you're doing.
Oh boy.
Well, into a metaphorical god, I thought is what it was.
No, not God. Goth.
Goth.
Oh, okay.
So
well, no, then I won't taste
You're going to
that.
be super depressing. You're going to have like tons of eyeliner makeup. It's going to get weird.
No, I'm okay. Sure, let's do that. Sure, I'm magically gonna turn into a god just to make sure this is the authentic thing. I'll find a reversal later.
Would you like to describe what kind of goth you look like, Croaker?
Yes. So suddenly my hair goes white. I have a white mohawk, and my fur just kind of goes into this black and white, where I look like I'm wearing one of those goth dresses. Darn it! I should have worn my black goth dress. My boots grow spikes on them, and but at least I'm less criminal again. Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
like I totally don't care anymore about this job. Can we just totally get it done with and out of here?
Whoa, I'm glad I didn't touch any of that stuff.
Could you imagine a depressed honey badger?
Oh, God. Just say no to honey, kids.
Well, as they say, honey badger don't care. So
Why is there smoking a cigarette? Tell me everybody not to eat honey.
yeah. All right. So that is Jason, Alice, and everyone else still has to go. Hochiga, what are you doing, sir?
Seeing that Croaker starts to change, I'm just going to scream and run panicked to the car.
Okay. Fair enough. Stanley, what do you do?
Have we loaded the honey into the car yet?
Croaker, you just tasted the honey. You didn't load it, right?
Correct. I
Okay.
dipped my nose into it as I was picking it up, so I'm taking it with me now too.
Yeah.
I was just making sure it was authentic.
No, I'm going to try and take it away from her and say, no eating the loot. Bad, goth bear. Bad.
You don't get high on your own supply,
Exactly.
as they said back in the 90s. All right. Why don't you roll this is a bear versus bear conflict. So roll your bear skill for me. Let me see if that succeeds.
Alice, 67 Indian in the chat wants to know if you also have a safety pin through your nose.
Absolutely. And several safety pins through my ear as well. My right ear, like 3 of them.
Gotcha.
Stanley, you had your hand on your face. I'm hoping this doesn't mean you failed.
No, I got a 2.
You got a 2? Is that a success?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you get the bear away from Alice, or Croaker, sorry, and you get it into the car. And I guess that leaves. Go ahead.
I turned to Slim and say, floor it. Let's leave these weirdos.
All right. So before Slim gets his turn, where I presume he's going to floor it, Speedy, aka Aid, what would you like to do?
Is there anyone else still active to oppose us at the moment?
The polar bears have been shanked, and Debo dropped a bunch of rubble on the other bears. So currently, no, you are unopposed in your heist.
Okay, I will pile into the car then, and see what I can do, and get my 2 black swans to follow me inwards, so they can follow me, my feathered friends.
Wait,
You
you
got
have
like-
goth swans?
Yeah, you've got like 12 of them. You just want.
Oh well,
2
okay. Then 12 is even better. They can fly behind me in a kind of V formation. That'd be
So
cool.
this is a Black Swan event.
Yep. Assault cobra chickens.
They are special forces swans, stealth operators, if you will. Okay. Why Walt, I think I know what you want to do, but why don't you tell me?
Is everybody in the car?
I believe so. Speak up now if you're not in the car with Walt.
No
Shotgun.
speaking. All right. I'm going to floor it at the incredible speed of 30 miles an hour because we probably have upwards of 4,000 pounds or more.
Yeah, your suspension is dead.
in the car. So I'm gonna floor it and listen as the hamsters under the hood scream in agony as they try to take all this weight. And I'm going to exit the down the ramp, and because there's a ramp, and I take it we have a good escape route.
Yeah, Vinny Tihu lets you know that if you go to the Pauline Chapel at the upper edge of the map, there off El Palmar Road, he's got a helicopter waiting to spirit you away to your buyer.
Gotcha. So I will bear the mantle of responsibility in getting everybody out of here and floor it.
Okay.
Exit stage right.
Why don't you give me a driving roll?
No, God.
We're gonna die.
Going to like.
I have driver.
What is your criminal score, by the way, Walt?
My criminal score right now is 4.
Okay. All right.
So I got a 2 and a 4, which means we make it.
You make it.
But now that also drives my criminal score to 5. So I have to be careful. Is there a way to consume honey while we're driving?
I imagine just like eating, or you could have someone feed you while you're hunting.
Hey, Slim, you want a honey flavored cigarette?
I take it from him and eat it. Does that?
Yes, it works.
Okay.
I light up and start filling the cabin with smoke, like one of them obnoxious smokers. Yeah.
All right. Is anybody following us?
Well, you look back there, and you do see one small furry guy with a floppy red hat and a blue overcoat driving a official Broadmoor branded golf cart behind you.
Oh my God! It's Daddington
with a couple of koalas with AK-47s.
Oh shit!
Oh my gosh!
You can't trust the Australians right now.
You can't. No, things are crazy down there. But you guys, their max speed is probably about what your max speed is right now. So you know,
so it's kind of like a chase on an episode of Boba Fett.
It's touche, sir. For pop culture commentary.
Please see our Banff podcast episode on the Book of Boba Fett, streaming at all your local e-tailers.
All right. So we've got a couple of turns while you guys are driving up to the roundabout to get to the chapel. Anybody want to do anything about the koalas and the small fuzzy bear who are pursuing you in a golf cart and shooting at you?
Yes.
I'm flipping them off. That's all I can do, I'm a hacker.
I'll send swans.
You'll send the swans?
I'll send swans, yes.
Okay, let's roll for that.
Onward, my feathered friends. Okay. What do I need to roll? Criminal?
Criminal, because swan training isn't really a bear thing, is it?
Okay, cool. I am. Do I get brains for that as well as a boost, or just a single d6?
I think you have to be pretty smart to train swans, so I'm going to say you can call that a brain thing, and yeah.
Right, good. 5 and a 1, so I am successful. I will send all 12 to basically smash into them like a aircraft.
Kamikaze?
Aircraft kamikaze pilots. Yeah, bird strike. That's the word I'm thinking of. Thank you.
Oh my God, it's going to be nothing but feathers and goose poop.
All right, why don't you? Since you rolled a 1, let's call that a critical success, and you get to narrate what happened there.
Okay, so the first half a dozen will smash into the front of the actual windscreen of the thing, go through it, smash into the actual guys as well. The second half dozen will come along and actually hit the guys square in the face as well. And as they do that, they steer the car off of the road and do a little A-team kind of jumping roll and land upside down, and then crawl out afterwards. Not apparently hurt by the crash, because that's what the best things that happens in the A-team.
All right. As Taddington is crawling out from the wreckage, you see him grab his small, like Nokia-sized cell phone and press a button. And up here at the roundabout, you see the security gates slam close.
I'd like to do. I'd like to do something.
What would you like to
before
do?
that. So I wanted to yell while Aid was sending the swans after them. I wanted to yell at Slim, "Hit the red button!" And there's a flashback scene where I had the car retrofitted before the job for rockets that speed us up.
Okay, let's move 1 point into your criminal stat. And
That was great. And shall I roll?
Well, that's just a flashback scene. I think it succeeds automatically as long.
Okay.
I
For the
guess
hit,
it's very-
hit the red button. Cool. I'm gonna scream, "Hit the red button!"
And I guess the idea is you're going to drive fast enough to avoid getting caged in by the security system. So that will be a roll for Walt.
Walt's car's been referencing Italian Job, and they had a whole retrofitting scene about how the car was going to be able to handle this weight.
Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden now my mind is like flashing back to all the actors in that movie.
The original Michael Caine one or the one with Marky Mark?
The one with Marky Mark.
Oh, come on, man. What?
Well, no, that's
Both
because
were
that's the most
good
recent
in
one.
different ways. Both were good.
We've had this discussion. Everyone knows the original.
So I hit the red button,
Mhm.
and I lose control of the car.
Nice.
Apparently, I was because I'm a rookie.
Mhm.
I've never worked with rocket boosters before.
Okay, so this is even rolling with advantage. You just don't make it. Okay.
Hold on. So there's my roll right there.
Oh,
Is that box charge?
Yeah.
That's a double six there, bro.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well. In the spirit of fun, why don't you narrate for us exactly where you guys wind up when you're?
All right, so I lose control. The steering isn't as tight on a Mini Cooper loaded with 4,000 pounds of bear and honey. So I lose control, catch the bumper on one of the trees, and then end up in that little like grassy area with the 4 trees on one side and the 5 trees on the other, almost in like a perfect ring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So you managed to avoid the security gates by going over the grass. Okay, that's cool.
And now the wheels are like broken and off.
Mhm.
are we upside down?
We're not upside down, but yeah, I said we either need to grab a golf cart or we need to hoof it.
Okay.
Cheese it.
I call
Well,
out.
I have fallen and I can't get up.
I crawl out and say, "You're the worst bear driver I've ever seen. Who hired you?"
How many bear drivers have you seen, Stanley?
All right. So
Watch it, newbie.
first
Oh,
things
fuck
first.
you right here now.
Are we descending an inter-party conflict? Because I'm okay with that if we are. I just need to know.
No, we're not.
There's a bunch of deer who kind of look up at you in surprise as you crane into their little, glen where they were nibbling on grass happily.
Abe, why haven't you made them your deer army yet?
You just met them like 30
that
seconds
takes a day
ago.
of training. Yeah, I got to give me a day.
You got to have a montage. All right, so they're there. You're close to the main pool, which is a whole fancy spa location. So you're hearing some radio crackle, and there's some security guys looking at the windows, kind of concerned at what the hell's going on out there. You get the feeling a few of them are going to come out and talk to you in a second. There's various golf carts parked around the front of the spa for, ferrying the various older hotel patrons over to the spa area. So you don't see any bears in pursuit right now. And that's your current situation. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go after one of the golf carts.
Okay.
I'm gonna carry the honey.
Why shamble when you can ride?
I'm gonna pick myself up and climb out of what's left of the car.
All right, that works. All right, Walt, you gave me an action first. He's climbing out of the car. You're trying to steal a golf cart from the front of the spa main pool area.
Correcto.
There's a couple of parking valets. Kind of hanging out by the golf carts, waiting to ferry the old folks back to their hotel rooms. What do you want to do?
There's valets like having the golf carts.
Well, it's hotel staff who drive the old ladies from the hotel over to the spa, where they get whatever they do at spas, and then cart them back.
I hold up a jar of honey to one of them, and I'm like, I make sure that every time I talk, my extremely large polar bear teeth and the fact that my claws are extended holding the honey, I'm like, this can be all yours if you drive for us right now.
You're the driver, but you're hiring another driver? Okay, well, are you trying to persuade him like a bear with your claws and teeth, or like a criminal with a bribe?
Yes.
Okay, you can't do both. So.
Like a bear.
Like a bear. Okay, so roll your bear score.
I got a 1.
Holy shit, you convinced him. Maybe it was fear, maybe it was something else, but yeah, he will drive for you. He signals y'all to load up in the car.
All right. I'm like, you get over there and pick up some of my bros and girls. Me, I need that. And I make sure that when I point, once again, big polar bear teeth, big polar bear paw, and I poke right into the center of the dude on the other golf cart, kind of like, hey, you're in my seat.
Oh, so you're trying to intimidate somebody else. Bear style or criminal style?
Bear style.
All right, roll for it.
A 2.
All right.
Now, oh crap! I'm gonna need to take my own honey that I just gave away. I might be going a little bear crazy. All right,
Barely there.
All right, so I send over. Hey guys, what's a good name for this? What's a good name for this this guy I just hijacked?
Daryl.
There we go. All right, send Daryl over to the guys to pick up some of them, and I'll drive interference behind everybody and pick up the rest of who's left.
All right, cool. So that's what Walt's doing. What's everybody else want to do?
I'll retrieve the honey from the wreckage.
Yes.
Okay. Croker, what are you doing?
I was Jason's grabbing the honey, so I'm going to head over to the, I guess, the car that he's hijacking for us.
Okay.
Sure.
Now, if I remember correctly, Slim, Daryl is driving that one car over to pick up everybody, and you have another golf cart you just intimidated someone to give to you, right?
Right, because I mean, how many bears can you stick in a golf cart?
Fair enough. Speedy, what are you doing?
How big is the goth honey? Is it 2 bear job or 1 bear job?
I guess it depends how strong the bear in question is.
I mean, I can see it being a huge honey pot, proper display unit. So maybe I need to help carry that in cartoonish style.
You can certainly help Debo with that.
Yes.
Panda could probably use some help from you.
If anything, just point out to where the trip hazards are, because you probably can't see over the top of it.
That is reasonable. You wouldn't want it to spill and convert the deer into goth deer.
That would be terrible.
Oh my god!
Or worse yet, goth bees that would just be all black rather than black and yellow. That'd be just very confusing.
That would be very confusing. Okay, so if no one else has anything to do, we'll say you guys are back in the golf carts heading towards Mesa Avenue, El Palomar Road, to get out of there.
Let's do it.
When suddenly, what should be opposing you before you get to the final? Ninja ferrets. There are some Broadmoor branded drones that swoop in at the last second, and they drop, let's say, 4 ninja ferrets right here in front of you, and they trying to dash onto the car to cause chaos and mayhem and get the honey away from you at the last second.
I'm gonna try to be hanging out of the golf cart, swatting at the ferret, trying to knock them off.
All right, that's cool. Give me a roll.
I got a 1.
You are very successful. You're really acquitting yourself very well in this game, Stanley.
I'm here for the violence, so I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm here for the violence.
Now, we didn't work out who all was in the various cars. Whoever's in the car with Stanley, the cart and Stanley, you're safe. Who was in the second car that doesn't have Stanley?
I'll be in the
I had Croker, and I don't know who else. Myself, obviously.
Yeah, because I'm not driving him anymore.
Jason, so if Jason was heading to the first cart, then I will be behind him because obviously I'm instructing where he's going.
Excellent. I say to Aid, I'm like, hey, since you're really good with the ammoniles, hold up a set of keys in front of the ferret.
I can try.
Because they're little kleptomaniacs.
Oh,
So anything shiny, see if you can kind of convince him to, kind of like the flare from Jurassic Park. You hold up the keys and you're like,
funny enough,
and then
the
throw
little
it away from the cart. Oh my God, my dog just chased after my keys.
Awesome.
All right. So who do we? Jason, you're in the cart that wasn't protected, along with. So you and Walter in that one. Everyone else.
No. It's me, Aid, and because Jason, you were in the first cart, right?
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's me, Aid, and Alice.
All right. Cool. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I will attempt the hypnotic key attack.
All right. That is a criminal skill. So,
Yeah.
It's also a
Brain
brain. You can
Yeah.
roll with initiative. Sorry,
Ruby.
advantage. Yep.
3 and a 5, so I've got a criminal 3 at the moment because I'm balanced out. So yeah.
What do you want to do with your hypnotized ferret?
So I'm going
ninjas?
to basically wave the keys in front of them and then do exactly as Walt just did with his own, and throw them over the back of the car so they go behind us and hopefully stop someone behind us if anyone is pursuing.
Okay. You guys have successfully defended yourself from the last minute ferret ninjas. So congratulations. Far behind you, you can hear screams of sirens and more golf carts being turned on and revving to action. But you make it to the Pauline Chapel up here at the top of the map, and Vinny is there with his honey yellow helicopter. You guys put the goods in there, and you fly away to wealth and glory.
And Gothness.
And Gothness. And that was Honey Heist. Thanks for playing, everybody. What did we think?
That was insanity. I love it.
Yeah, I think it bears repeating that we all enjoyed ourselves.
I'd like to do this game at least once a year, but that's
I thought this game would be unbearable, but I was wrong.
The base system, you could actually run like a leverage game with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very easily.
Like seriously, very easily. Leverage. Does anybody remember? And I'm showing my age on this. There was an old TV show back in the day called Friday the 13th, it was about this this group of people who were chasing like cursed and haunted artifacts. You could do that too with this very easily.
You know what else you could play? You could play a Western.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You could play a Western where you were cowboys who were also werewolves.
Hell yeah.
No, for real.
Walkers.
Or werebears.
Right here. I actually did a hack of Honey Heist called High Moon.
Nice.
It's funny because that was a comic back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think there've been a couple people. It's a great title. I think a couple people have used it for different things. So, but yeah. So, Alice, everyone got away safe.
Yay!
There were ferret ninjas, but
Is there a way to reverse me being a goth?
no.
No. You're forever golf now.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
No, I had fun.
Okay.
I was a lot more. My brain was a lot more intact this week. I'm glad.
I'm glad you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better. Walter, I hope you're feeling better too after your recent dogleg-related injury.
Oh my God, it's just goofy. Here you think you're all like, I do jujitsu. I go to the shooting range. I slip down hills when I take my dog to go poop.
Been there, done that.
And yes, unfortunately, recovery is not a straight path, and I kind of tend to Walt and I have similar approaches to getting better, which is barrel through it harder. And so I kind of hit a wall because to the point where I hurt myself again because I was just like 6 hours a day, go. Yeah. And yeah, so it's not a straight line. Got it. You need to remember that. I always tell myself this throughout my life, but it never seems to take.
Take the crooked path. Roll some dice.
Yep. Sounds
So that
good.
being the case, what are we playing next week?
Yeah. What are we playing?
I think Jason had some.
Jason wants to play Morkborg, but Jacob Blackman had got to me first, just barely, and said he wants to run Valor Knights.
I see what you did there.
Oh.
Valor Knights.
Yeah.
I got a sneak preview of what Jacob was working on.
Yeah, he's got some advanced rules for Valor Knights. It's a whole thing.
Let's do it.
We'll do it
And
next
then
week.
we'll do Morkborg on the next session. Is that cool, Jason?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good. Hey, Hochi Gao, Stanley, real nice gaming with you guys again.
It is great to be here.
Are you coming to play giant changeable mecha robots?
Jacob had said he gets uncomfortable with more than 4 players, so we're keeping it. We're keeping it small.
He has Nitro Strike built. He has and a few others. I can go look, but yeah, he doesn't have that many characters built at the moment.
So we can have everybody back for Morkborg, but Jacob says he likes to have small parties to GM. So
I understand that.
Unfortunate.
Oh my goodness.
He has our old team built.
Ah.
Oh, hey, there's a big black dog
Oh,
trying to
Hi,
fetch this ball.
doggy.
Hey, outro music.
I can
Happy
do the
note.
same.
We will see you next time. Hey, there's a cute dog. See you guys next time on the Banff Podcast.
Cheers.